The best part is not have a plan, but then that is also the worst part of this lifestyle.
The one that goes viral is exactly the one that you didn't put too much effort. And it's like, why? It kills you. There's a danger everywhere. Like, don't be stupid.
You actively choose not to date right now.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, let's do it. It's gonna get very unhinged because we're gonna do some very spicy Q&A about solo female digital nomad. We're also gonna be making this very interesting drink. I've never done this before, so it's gonna be passion fruit with, what is this?
Lemonade.
Lemonade, yeah, Balinese lemonade.
Hi everyone. My name is Laura. I'm from Spain, from Barcelona. I'm 27 years old. I've been traveling solo this time for 7 months already.
So I cut open the passion fruit.
Wow, it looks weird.
How do you manage your finance?
Actually, a tricky question because I don't even know myself. I want to be really transparent about this. Now, financially, I'm living out of my savings. I'm trying to get any income while I'm traveling. I've been working as an English teacher back home in Spain, so that helped me save up money.
How do you actually budget?
So the first step was saving. Second step is making it last long. The best way to do that is traveling on a budget. So what I do mainly getting cheap accommodations and food and transport. So for accommodation, I stay at hostels, I share dorms, I try to find the cheapest ones, but also comfortable ones. For food, I try to eat local. And then transportation. Now that I've been in Bali for almost 3 months, I rent a scooter.
How much do you spend on scooter?
Euros, I think it's like 4 or 5 euros per day.
I am making money online because I do have an income. It does allow me to be a little bit more flexible on my spending. When I first came to Bali, like 4 years ago, when I first started out, I was also living in hostel. I was very careful about every single dollar that I spent. And in terms of how I actually manage the finance, I use this app called Wise. It's basically a multi-currency financial platform. Let's say if you're in Indonesia, you can open up a rupiah bank account and you can transfer money from your native currency. Like let's say if you're from the US, you can convert your USD into rupiah. You can have up to, I believe, like 50 plus different currency. And every single time I spend money, Wise account tracks my spending for me. So I can see by category how much I spend on accommodation, how much I spend on food, transportation, and all of that.
Cheers.
I like it.
I like it. How do you make money while traveling?
I have several different streams of income. I do social media management, sponsor content, online courses through LinkedIn Learning, YouTube AdSense, affiliate investment. I do have a portfolio with Simple. So I do have a coaching program called Social Nomad Academy. It's one-on-one coaching. I know a lot of you guys watching are probably either starting out or you're still in the 9 to 5. When I was starting out, I was just basically working remotely for a company. I didn't have any of these incomes. So it takes time, but I think it's totally possible. Quickly jump in here because I have something super important that I need to add to that. And that is, it wouldn't be possible for me to run my entire business online without some sort of sales and marketing automations. And the tool that I use for that is ActiveCampaign. This thing truly helps me scale up my business and saving me a ton of time. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to benefit from it. So let me show you some of my automations. For example, this one automatically sends out a follow-up email sequence to nurture my potential customers. This one automatically helps me upsell my online course after someone purchased my template. And here's another one that automatically sends out exclusive content after someone fills out a form. I know it kind of looks complicated at first, but I promise you it's not. In fact, I didn't even build any of these automations myself. I just used the AI builder. Okay, so let's say you want to send 3 emails with 2 days wait in between. Click submit and it builds out the entire automations in seconds. My point is I free up at least 20 hours a week because of this tool, and that means I have all those extra time for traveling and doing whatever I want. So if there's one thing you need to run your business online this year, it would be ActiveCampaign. Do yourself a favor, try ActiveCampaign for free. Link is in the description.
You give me hope, actually. I love to hear that. When I say I'm at the beginning of digital nomad, I am at the very beginning. Yeah, I can be there in 3-4 years, you know. I just need to be patient and put a lot of effort.
Probably sooner. When did you start?
A month ago.
How many followers did you have on your Instagram?
1,500 followers.
And how many followers do you have a month later?
23,000.
You are already working with brands, right?
Yeah, having followers actually opens a lot of doors. And one of these doors are brands contacting you and wanting to collaborate with you.
It took me like 3-4 years to get here. I'm sure this girl, it probably would take her half of the time. Maybe next time when we do another of these videos, like she will be like, oh, I'm making $10,000 a month and I'll teach you how.
But I've been putting a lot of effort. I've been posting a reel every day on my account, like not expecting anything at all, just as an experiment. And I'm telling you, because consistency works.
What other strategies you use to grow 20K followers a month other than consistency?
I interact with people. I answer all the messages.
You're actually building a community. You're not seeing them as numbers.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing, that you want to create this community. If people trust you, then eventually they will trust your products and they will buy your products, and then they will keep creating engagement on your posts. Engagement means more visibility and reaching to more and more and more audience.
Your content are very nice, obviously, but they are just shot with your iPhone.
And not a very good one.
What iPhone do you have?
A second-hand iPhone. Is not even new. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see, but
it's broken.
It broke the first week I got it. But yeah, it's fine. It's the iPhone 11 Pro.
You start all of your content with a second-hand iPhone 11 Pro. That's broken.
We didn't know that.
So guys, there's no excuse for you not to make content. Like, look at Laura.
I don't think it twice either, you know. It's like, if you overthink the content that you are gonna post, it might stop you from posting it.
That's my problem. I overthink everything. I overthink my script, my shot, editing. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so far behind when it comes to consistency. How do you overcome overthinking?
Look, I think the most important thing is to be authentic. And you need to be true and you need to be yourself. And if you find this, eventually people are gonna like what you do and you. The character is the most important thing for me. I just post whatever I feel like it's me.
Talk about that most viral video that you have on your account, but I believe that was not a video that you're proud of.
That's also another thing that I learned. The one that goes viral is exactly the one that you didn't put too much effort. And it's like, oh, why? Why? It kills you.
Honestly, I can take this very personally because I put a lot of... No, but I'm genuinely intrigued and inspired by you because your approach is very different than my approach. Now that I get to know you and seeing what you've done on your content and your mindset and your attitudes towards your content, I'm actually learning a ton from you because my approach is, like I said, very different. Like, I put so much effort in editing, effect transitions, I script every video, plan every single shot. Although I have some video that perform well, but some video that I thought it's gonna perform well because I put so much effort, it didn't perform well. So it's not always like a positive ROI. Like, putting a lot of effort and invest a lot of time in the video doesn't necessarily translate to the video doing super well.
Oh, that's why you should post and not overthink it. Just post because you never know if that video is going to be the one that's doing so well.
The next question, we're going to need a little drink for that.
Yeah, let's cheer again.
Cheers. Because the next one is going to get spicy.
Ooh.
How do you have a love life when digital nomading or solo traveling? First of all, do you think it's possible?
No.
That's a bold statement. So let's hear her.
It's hard. I don't want to say it's impossible, but it is hard. I mean, you're moving around. You're not settled down anywhere. So there is a lot of dating and a lot of frustration, and a lot of going really bad. Do you have any really bad experience?
I have way too many. I just don't know how much details we should get into and how much time do we have. Yes, I agree that it's super difficult to have a love life. It's possible, but it's also not possible. It depends on how you look at it.
I've had many bad ones. Decided not to date anymore, maybe it's the best while you're traveling is like, okay, I'm gonna just take a break from dating and dating apps and all of that because it doesn't turn out well, it's just all the same. So kind of, you get tired,
I agree. You actively choose not to date right now.
Absolutely. I deleted my profiles and any dating apps, so I'm not in there. And I'm more focused on other stuff, like making money.
That's more important, to be honest.
Well, I found that while traveling, most of the guys just want what they want, right? And they're not interested in you as a person, but you as a some object. I don't know.
This is gonna offend some people. Do you think there are a lot of fuckboys in Bali?
Too many. Like, come on, guys. Really? Okay, we get it. You're in Bali, you're living your best life, but come on.
Do you feel lonely? And if so, how do you deal with it? How do you normally meet people?
Sometimes I do feel lonely. I think it's part of solo traveling. And as a digital nomad, I bet you also feel lonely sometimes.
I feel like this is one of those things that's not the best side of digital nomad or solo traveling, is the fact that you do feel lonely all the time. But it's a topic that nobody talks about online because it's not, the most glamorous thing to talk about and to show, because it is a vulnerable thing. We should normalize it and we should really talk about it and address it, because I'm sure a lot of people feel this way, but I feel like by sharing it, it might help other people.
I'm going through a lot of ups and downs as well, and I feel super happy and loved. There are other times, especially when I move to somewhere else, the first sensation when you get there is, oh my God, I don't know anyone. I wouldn't stick to this emotion. I would just let it pass. Eventually, I will meet people.
What helps me to feel less lonely is, I know this sounds a little bit sad, but it's just to focus on work. I occupy myself with work.
I think we should embrace it and normalize doing things by ourselves.
Honestly, the first time I was doing those things, I felt super awkward. Everybody around you, they're either couples or in a friend group, and so you feel like you're so out of place. But the more you do it, the more normal you're gonna feel. If you want to embrace this lifestyle, the first thing that you need to get used to is to
comfortable with yourself.
Yeah, she said it.
How do you meet people? Because you're not staying in hostels.
Yeah, I think for me it's even harder because I like to rent a place for myself, and it's harder to meet people when you're living by yourself. So one is through Instagram. We actually met through Instagram. Thanks for the Instagram algorithm, by the way. One of her videos was on my feed, and I was like, oh, she's also traveling, she's also in Bali, let me message her. So I DM her right away, and we hit it up, and we met, and now we're friends, and we're making videos. So great.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's amazing. Another way that I meet people is, honestly, I just come up to them and talk to them. So key here is do not be shy to reach out and take the initiative. What's the worst gonna happen? People don't reply to you or don't want to hang out, but that's not the end of the day. You just move on and you find your people eventually.
I stay in hostels, so this is maybe easier for me. I meet a lot of people, but because they're travelers, I also say a lot of goodbyes,
Oh.
So it's people come and go so quickly and they don't stick around. It's part of traveling. You're meeting people, you're making plans with them, going to places, exploring, and then bye, see you, maybe never. But maybe you reunite with them in some other places, even different countries, which is really nice.
Would you settle down and stop traveling one day? How do you envision your life in the next 5 years?
I don't know. I don't want to say I would never settle down. Maybe one day I would.
When is it going to be?
I don't know. I don't have a plan. I don't know where I'm going to be in a month or even next week. Sorry for my lame answer.
Hey, it's all about honesty and transparency here. And honestly, I have a very similar answer. I know the direction is one day I will settle down. But would I ever stop traveling? No. I might do kind of a slow travel and reduce the numbers of travel, but I would never stop traveling because that's my passion. I love to explore the world. I love to meet people from different culture. That's just who I am. If that takes away from me, then there's no fun in living this life. So I might settle down somewhere, have a little family, and I would travel with my partners, my kids.
Oh, would you like to have children?
Yeah. Would you?
I don't know. Same thing as are you gonna settle down someday? Are you gonna have children someday? I don't know. So I don't close doors to any of the possibilities. But right now, it's not what I want in my life. So I would say no for now.
What is the best part and the worst part about being a solo female traveler?
Freedom is the best. Being here in Bali, I sometimes think about it in a perspective to, now I'm here, but maybe tomorrow I want to go somewhere else and nothing is going to stop me. This feeling is maybe the best part.
Like I'm looking at my photo album sometimes and I would have this realization. It's like, do you realize that this is the life that you've been wanting to live 5 years ago? I remember I was so miserable 5 years ago when I was working at a full-time job. Absolutely hated that job. I wanted nothing other than traveling and be free. And now I'm actually living the life that me 5 years ago dying to have. And I think that's the most beautiful thing and the best part of being a digital nomad. Worst part?
First thing that comes to mind, loneliness sometimes, uncertainty, because you have nothing under control sometimes. Anxiety or stress can come from uncertain things. Having nothing, just a backpack and yourself, sometimes it is scary. Like, oh wow, what am I gonna do? Am I doing the right thing or should I be here?
What if you have a plan? Would that help with the uncertainty aspect of this lifestyle?
It's so funny because I think it's connected to the best side of traveling solo and not having a plan. You know, this freedom that I just talked about, it was the best part, right? And now the worst part is not having a plan. So it's a little bit of contradictory.
Yeah. The best part is not have a plan, but then that is also the worst part of this lifestyle. We're getting deep here. This is the crazy part because the freedom comes with its price, and the price is uncertainty, stress, anxiety, and loneliness. So it depends on what kind of price you want to pay to have this lifestyle.
Also, I don't know if having a plan would help because I had a plan. I always have a plan, but then it changes.
When was the last time you make a plan and then it changed?
Yeah, so my plan was to go to Thailand and teach English because of Instagram. So this changed my plan. Like, okay, if I go to Thailand, I work there for 1 year, then all the content creation, this kind of lifestyle will stop. And maybe it's not the right time for it to stop.
The fact that you're taking a risk to focus on something that's not generating income for you yet, you're giving up a very certain thing, which is a job opportunity that will actually gives you money. How did you justify that when you're making that decision?
I have this feeling that I can always go back to teaching. This opportunity can hold. Maybe time for me to try out new things. By this meaning social media, and because I'm so passionate about this, that's my opportunity right there. I am kind of sure that if the social media thing doesn't work out, then I can always go back and teach.
How do you keep yourself safe when you're traveling solo, especially as a female? And have you ever encountered any situation that puts you in danger?
There's a danger everywhere, even back home. Like I live close to Barcelona. Barcelona is a big city. It's an European city. It's meant to be safe, but it's not safe. Anything can happen anywhere. Don't do anything that you wouldn't do back home. Like don't be stupid, you know?
Yeah. Define stupid.
Go out at night or things like that. For me, it's so logical. It's just common sense.
Also, I think it's so important to research the place you're traveling to. Like, is it woman friendly? Is there a lot of crime? Is there a war going on? Is there conflicts going on? For example, no offense, but I wouldn't travel solo to India by myself. I'm sure there are a lot of nice people in India, but in general, what I heard, it's just not a friendly place for female to travel solo, but I would do it in group. How long do you stay in each place?
It depends. This time I've been here for almost 3 months, but again, I extended my visa last minute. In general, it's 1 month in each place. But I would love to settle down for a little bit, you know, for a little while. And yeah, I would love it to be Bali. It's so nice here. I love it.
I try to stay longer in each place. That way, I get to really get to know the place, get to establish some connections here. And honestly, as much as so cool to say that, I travel full time, but it's exhausting. To move places from places, even 1 week at a time. It's so exhausting. You have to pack and pack. This is my 6th place in 2 months. It's so tiring, honestly. I think we covered so many topics. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope that it inspires you. Get out there, solo travel or travel, get out there and explore and challenge yourself. Step out of your comfort zone.
Thank you for having me.
It's my honor.
Yeah,
I have so much fun. You guys can follow Lara. I'll put her Instagram down in the description box. And if you guys have any other questions regarding digital nomad, solo travel, leave a comment down below.
Part two
For last year, and then we can wrap it up.